Relationships are important. Without healthy relationships, we will struggle with isolation, loneliness, and depression. Thus, many of us work hard to have a healthy and strong relationship with our coworkers, friends, and family members. However, have we ever thought about our relationship with money in a similar way? Or even ask ourselves a question: how is my relationship with money? Is it healthy or is it unhealthy? So in the spirit of having healthy relationships in all areas of our lives, let me share with you 10 ways to have a healthy relationship with money. And hi, if you're new to the channel, my name is Tay from Financial Tortoise, where we learn to grow our wealth slow and steady. The number one way to have a healthy relationship with money: do not make money the center of your life. Don't make having more money the number one goal of your life. No one ever lies in their deathbed wishing they spent more time with their money. I spend a lot of time thinking, writing, and talking about money. That essentially is my job. But my wish at the end of my life is not the ability to say I accumulated as much money as possible, but rather that I could confidently say I lived my life with compassion, courage, and purpose. That I did my best to love and support my family. That I did my best to serve my community. That I did my best in making these YouTube videos as informative and engaging as possible. Money is just a tool that helps me to do that. Just like food, it gives me fuel. The numbers on paper tells me how much fuel I have and what kind I have, but that's about it. It isn't and shouldn't be the center of my life, because what is the point if I have all the money in the world, but I lack meaningful relationships, purpose, and meaning? However, not making money the center of our lives does not mean we completely minimize it, to never talk about it. That is also not a good way to have a healthy relationship with money, which leads to the next way. The number two way to have a healthy relationship with money: get comfortable discussing and talking about money. Let's face it, most people have trouble talking about money. Surveys have found that in 30% of couples, the partners had no idea how much the other partner made in income. Only 17% of parents with income of $100,000 had told their kids how much they made or what their net worth was. It's interesting that most people are more comfortable talking about politics, race, and even marital issues than money. That shows how bad many people's relationship with money are. But like any relationship, if we don't have a good conversation, if we don't talk about it, things do not get better. Most times they actually get worse. So despite how uncomfortable it may be at first, get comfortable talking about money. If you don't have anyone you can talk to yourself first. Here are a few questions to get you started. How does money make me feel? And why? Where is it coming from? What are some things that scare me about money? And what can I do about them? What are some steps I can take today and have better control over my finances and thus my life? In talking about having a healthy relationship with money, do you know what else helps with our relationship with money? Knowing that your money is secure with a great bank. Which is why I'm excited to talk to you about SoFi and their checking and high yield savings account. If you've been on the market for a great online bank, I highly recommend you check out SoFi, who I'm partnering with for today's video. Not only do they offer competitive rates, allowing you to earn more for your dollars, when you sign up and set up direct deposits, you can earn up to $300. Additionally, with SoFi, you have access to additional FDIC insurance up to $2 million. But that's not all. This is my personal favorite. You pay no account fees. Many traditional brick-and-mortar banks are known for their death by thousand cut strategy, essentially finding ways to charge their customers for every possible fees. Account fees, monthly fees, overdraft fees, etc. Well, SoFi makes things super simple. No overdraft fees, no minimum balance fee, no monthly fees. Banking shouldn't add additional stress to your relationship with money. It should actually help alleviate it. In SoFi, with their easy-to-use interface, competitive rates, and straightforward terms can help. So if you've been on the search for a great online bank, make sure to check out SoFi. And if you use my special link, sofi.com/tay, you'll be supporting this channel as well. I'll also have a link in the description below. Alright, with that said, let's get back to the video. The number three way to have a healthy relationship with money: lower your expectations. Especially the expectation of what money can do for you. Don't get me wrong, money can do a lot of great things. It allows us to keep a roof over our heads, buy things, and reduce financial stress if we're struggling month to month. However, don't expect it to completely transform your life. Especially the non-tangibles. Because our society idolizes money, we easily come to believe that having more money will alleviate all of our problems and issues. That more money will vastly improve our lives. How we look, how we feel about ourselves, and even our relationships. However, the truth is far from it. Ask or observe anyone who's amassed a lot of wealth. They're not that much different from when they had less money. Elon Musk still looks like the same guy from 20 years ago, but just older and with more wrinkles. Plus 11 children that he's had with 3 different women. Today, I may have more money than I did 20 years ago, but I'm still the same height, with the same nose, and most importantly, the same amazingly fabulous hair. If you want to cultivate a healthy relationship with money, you want to inject a good amount of reality into your expectations. Most often, less expectation is better because then you can celebrate all the upside that better finances can bring into your life versus being disappointed in what it couldn't do. The number 4 way to have a healthy relationship with money. Align your spending with your values. Do a quick exercise with me. Pull up your latest credit card statement, then go through all the transactions the past 30 days. Now, what do you see? Probably a lot of spending, right? Now ask yourself this question. Does this spending align well with my life values? Let's say one of your top life priorities and values is to spend more time with your family. Thus, you want every decision you make, even money decisions, to align with that priority. However, does your credit card statement reflect that? Does a good chunk of your spending align with your goal to spend more time with your family? I might see a bunch of transactions for eating out, clothes, and electronic gadgets. They were great for me, but they didn't really further my goal to spend more time with the family. So this is a good reflection point to ask yourself. How can I better align my spending with my values? Instead of spending so much money eating out alone during work, maybe I can pack my lunch and save that money to eat out as a family. Align your spending with your values, and you'll notice true abundance in your life. The number 5 way to have a healthy relationship with money. Do not compare. Do not compare your financial situation with someone else. Comparison is like poison. We may assume that someone has a perfect relationship with money because they have all the nice things that you might want. A big home, nice furniture, fancy vacations, and a big job with a big title. However, looks can be deceiving. Someone's spending is not a reflection of someone's wealth or how healthy their relationship with money is. Yes, they could be wealthy and are able to afford these nice things, but most often that is not the case. Majority of people who are trying so hard to express their wealth to the world not only do not have wealth, but have a horrible relationship with money. Lack of understanding of their finances, overspending, and thus a very stressful relationship. So do not compare. Do not compare your finances to others. Personal finance is not a race where someone comes out first, second, or third place. You win if you can cultivate a healthy relationship with money. You understand its fundamentals, you understand how it can support your values, and it reduces stress versus creating stress. Spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. A quick reminder before we move on to the next point. Make sure to download your free 1-page PDF companion guide that goes along with this video. Everything I'm covering here in a simple to digest 1-page format. So go to the link I'll have in the description below to download your free copy. The number 6 way to have a healthy relationship with money. Embrace frugality. In my perspective, one of the best financial habits that will enable you to have a healthy relationship with money is frugality. Many of us have a horrible relationship with money because we think spending more equates to wealth. When we have all the nice toys, the car, the clothes, and the home, we made it financially. However, the opposite is true. We've made it financially when we have the self-control to not waste our hard-earned money to look rich. Rather, we can naturally live a life of frugality. And there's good evidence to support this. Dr. Thomas Stanley published a book titled The Millionaire Next Door in 1996, and he based his survey on thousands of actual millionaires in America. Contrary to what media makes millionaires to look like, wearing expensive clothes, driving luxury cars, and living in multi-million-dollar mansions, in reality, most real-life millionaires were actually the opposite. They lived frugal lives. They learned to live well below their means. They wore inexpensive clothes and suits. They most often drove used cars rather than a current model. Some even call them tightwads. Typical millionaire lives in a middle-class home, drives a 2-year-old or older paid-for car, and buys blue jeans at Walmart. Bottom line, if you want to have a healthy relationship with money, where it is working for you, allowing you to live the life that you want, not the other way around, embrace frugality. The number 7 way to have a healthy relationship with money. Follow your money. Get a good awareness of your finances. How much money is coming in? How much is going out? Which investment accounts you own and how much are in each one of them? What debt you owe, how much, and what are the interest rates? If you want to have a good relationship with someone, you have to have a good understanding of where you stand with that individual. In the same way, if you want to have a good relationship with money, you need to know where you stand financially. For me, one of the easiest ways to do this is by using an account aggregator. There are tons in the market out there. Empower, Rocket Money, YNAB, Monarch Money. Test them out and see what works for you. With these aggregators, once you connect all your checking, credit card, and investment accounts, you can see in one place all your latest transactions as well as your net worth. However, though having a good understanding of your finances is important, it doesn't mean you want to obsess over every penny, which leads to the next way. Number 8 way to have a healthy relationship with money. Be careful of being overly penny wise and pound foolish. The phrase penny wise, pound foolish originates from the British currency. In the British currency, the penny is a smaller unit of currency and the pound is a larger unit. Think penny versus dollar when thinking of US currency. It's an idiom that describes a situation where someone is excessively focused on saving small amount of money in the short term, but ends up incurring larger costs or losses in the long run. When my wife and I first got married, Because we were trying to save money, I remember we spent hours at Ross or Marshall's looking for bargain deals. We would spend hours looking for that $10 or if we got lucky, that $20 savings. However, in the big picture, a lot of times we were being penny wise, pound foolish. At times we got so obsessed with saving dollars, even pennies, that we would completely forget the big picture. Big things that would have moved the needle much more. Our income, mortgage interest rate, investment allocation. In order to have a healthy relationship with money, we must get good at identifying what really matters. Yes, there may be times in our lives where pennies do matter. However, let's be careful not to get so obsessed about it that we forget the big levers. Number 9 way to have a healthy relationship with money. Not all the time and not on everything, but with certain things that you really value and love, give yourself the permission to spend extravagantly. Spend extravagantly on the things that you love and cut costs mercilessly on the things that you don't. The major purpose of money is so that it can fund the lifestyle that we want. Again, what is the purpose of money if it doesn't bring us joy and satisfaction aligned to our values? So be careful with it by tracking your spending and practicing frugal habits, but be careful not to deprive yourself. Don't deprive yourself completely of life's joy. It's like dieting and healthy eating. Many people who want to lose weight in hopes of making progress cut out everything from their diet. No ice cream, no donuts, no carbs. They say they're only going to live on broccoli, water, and potatoes. However, that is a recipe for disaster. You get overwhelmed by the deprivation and you bounce right back. So in the same way, be careful not to completely deprive yourself of all of life's joy when it comes to spending. If there are things that bring you real joy, give yourself the permission to spend. This way you have a positive association with money versus only the negative. The number 10 way to have a healthy relationship with money. Keep the past in the past. I have quite a bit of emotional history with money. I've experienced 2 bankruptcies and a home eviction all before I turned 12 years old. And I've made all the money mistakes you can think of throughout my 20s. Racking up credit card debt, buying rent-to-own furniture, and spending way too much on a wedding I couldn't afford. The list goes on, but I try not to dwell in the past. I don't spend my time saying, oh, only if I didn't buy that. Only if I didn't have to experience financial trauma as a kid. Only if. To me, that kind of thinking is a waste of time. Yes, we do need to recognize and reflect on our past because we don't want to live in delusional denial. Denying that we made dumb mistakes. Mistakes makes us wiser and stronger if we can learn from them. However, do not live in the past. Do not spend an ounce of your time wishing, only if, what if. That really is not the best use of your time. You're living today and you have control over what you do today, not yesterday. If you want to have a healthy relationship with money, you must learn to keep the past in the past. Thank you guys for watching the line of cultivating a healthy relationship with money. If you're struggling with the poverty mindset, please check out my video here. Until next time, all the best.